admissions and people that were seen or admitted over the weekend. And I was shocked because the hallways, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and the hallways were full of people, just lined with people, families, and they don't usually allow children up on the upper wards. And I was really puzzled, so I asked the social worker, I said, what's going on? And she said, Paul, it was a bad weekend.
Oh,
and I said, you know, what do you mean? And she said, these are people who are waiting to see if their loved ones are going to survive. They're in the intensive care unit. And I went back out and I looked up and down the hall, and I was just flabbergasted and started talking to some of the people about what was going on. It was just an amazing experience. And to me, it really took the whole issue of youth violence from being an academic issue to really being a very personal issue. As a result of that, we started, the social worker there, her name was Sandra Young, and we still stay in touch, and another woman who worked with the Victim Witness Program. We started an organization called Loved Ones of Homicide Victims, and we were sort of a bootstrap organization, and it was a lot of volunteer time, but it was one of the most moving experiences that I had in my professional career, working with families who had lost children or a spouse, and the total impact that it had on their lives. And, you know, again, we don't think of that sometimes, but, you know, in many instances, the man in the house was killed. He has children and a wife, and what are they going to do? You know, the chief breadwinner, you know, it just throws their whole life into chaos. And then you deal with the police and the, you know, trying to catch the victim and the court, judicial system and all. It was just heart-wrenching to see the impacts that it was having.
You know, what the point I like, Doctor, is that you've indicated that all of these problems that we generally associate with drugs and gangs are really not drugs and gangs kind of problem, and that what we have to do as a nation, locally and nationally and et cetera, is to start thinking in terms of addressing some of these other problems that cause all of this violence. Because you talk about intentional injuries. Well, if these injuries are intentional, then there ought to be some kind of societal kind of situation that you could work out, and that you could deal with the fact that you've got all of those folks that are out in the hallway there, that there ought to be some kind of policy, some kind of program, even if it, well, you know, I think that we've talked about gun control and et cetera. If that is one of the methods that we might use in order to keep people from gathering up after the weekend looking for their relatives and et cetera, then we ought to think in terms of doing something like that. And of course, we're getting ready for the second commercial break, and we'll allow you to continue this discussion after this break. But Dr. Juarez, this really is what we wanted, and we think that it's very, very important that we see it from that perspective. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. Today.